that. I really liked the. There were some good moments, like the song from Selma with John Legend and Common was really cool, and the way people reacted. There was a lot of sort of negativity around that, with people like, oh, grown men are crying in the audience and stuff. But I really liked that, and getting the award was really cool. Patricia Arquette getting the Best Actress for Boyhood, and her speech about equal rights and equal pay in Hollywood, I think was really good.
And she was prepared.
Yeah,
she had the note.
But I there's been a lot of talk about that, like people using it as a stage. But I think that's a good thing, and it's cool for her to sort of use that to push something that is important. That it is sort of, it's an industry where not all actors get the same, because it's sort of, that's how art works. Like, some people are more worth than others, but it is weirdly skewed that men get more than women. Where I don't think it's a thing where you could say, oh well, all actors should now be paid the same, because that's not how it works in film.
No,
but that it's all men get more than all women. That's fucked up. So,
and also there was a lot of politics with I think it was the Academy, or just the Oscars nominees in general, with black people.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because it was kind of, I didn't saw that it was going to be a big deal who was in the Academy, because I think that they are very well selected people, and it had nothing to do with sex or background or anything like that. So
in general, the Academy is people won before.
Yeah.
So you will have more people that are older and that are white, because that's the majority of people working in that industry. But it has gone more in like equal direction, even though it's not there at all. But this was a year where there wasn't a lot of black nominees or winners, and there was a lot of talk about the lead, which I won't try to pronounce his name, in Selma. Who was one of the people crying when they sang that he should have been nominated. I haven't seen the films, I don't know. But this was down in numbers for black people being nominated. But it was, I feel like them winning that song, the way that was made a moment, was just as good as if they had won Best Picture. And I sort of enjoyed that, because I haven't seen it, but it didn't sound like it was the best film.
No.
And I don't want them to win Best Film because it's something with black people, where the way they got the moment, I think, is really cool.
And actually, 12 Years Slave won last year.
Yeah, but that's the way it's gone down this year.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that people were very aggressive on the way that they were standing up and they were clapping and they were just, but I totally understood, because it was a very, very beautiful song and it sounded very well,
and very important now with the whole Ferguson thing in the US. And
exactly. But I think that you have to see the song as a part of the movie, because that is not the whole movie.
No.
And from what I've heard, I haven't watched Selma either, but one guy actually said that he was kind of sad that movie was the kind of the movie that we were gonna remember for the episode.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it, so I can't disagree or agree.
No.
But I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah. The thing is that I've heard, for instance, Nikolaj Sell talked about it in the big Danish director. He talked about it and said that, he also thought it was a very important subject and great stuff, and in that way it might be the most important film, because it has stuff to say. But the actual film is not the best film, and the way that was directed and all that could be done by anybody. And then it shouldn't win Best Picture. That doesn't mean it's not important, but
no.
But I mean, it's not about making the Oscars. It's just also not necessarily the best film that year, or whatever. But they're not trying to award who makes a film about the most important thing.
Exactly.
Although we did also see the documentary, which was also political, the Citizen 4 about Edward Snowden, which is free now online. Maybe I'll try to remember to put a link in the description, which we talked about seeing, but I guess neither of us had time to.
I haven't watched it, but I'm definitely gonna watch that too.
I've watched like 5 or 6 films this week, so I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, otherwise, any thoughts on the Oscars? I really enjoyed the speech by one of the, of course now I can't remember his name.
Oh, that
one
was,
of the writers for best
screenplay. Writer?
Yeah, it was screenplay for. I don't remember if it was adapted or. Let me see here. It was for best adapted screenplay. Graham Moore had a speech where he talked about that when he was, I don't remember if he said an age, but like 14 or whatever, when he was younger.
He was younger, yeah.
Yeah, was very unhappy with himself and was very confused and
who couldn't find a place where he fit,
and was had tried to commit suicide.
Yeah, exactly.
And look where he was now. That people should, if someone was out there and feeling like they didn't fit anywhere, well, it'll work out.
Yeah,
know that there are people who care even though it doesn't feel like it, and and all that stuff. And I think that was really, really awesome.
Yeah, I think that as well is.
He instantly got a follow by me on Twitter.
Well, speech follow. I think that was the most beautiful speech at this year's Oscars. I also no, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Because I was actually gonna I waited a long time for a speech that I said, that speech I will remember for next year, but it never came. But then he came, and that was the speech that I'm gonna remember for the next year. I think, I hope so, because it was very beautiful, and I think that it can help a lot of people.
Yeah, I hope so. The thing is, are they gonna watch that? But hopefully it'll be like quoted on the internet or something.
Yeah, exactly.
If that could help some people, I think that would be great. And that, I mean, I think a lot, unless you're, I guess, no matter what you're doing, actually, you're gonna feel weird or different at some point. But especially if you're into the arts, or or it could also be that you're a different race or a different sexuality or whatever. You're gonna feel left out somehow, and just know that that's okay, and other people feel that way as well.
Yeah, people also talked about that. Maybe the thing about feeling different maybe have something to do with his sexuality.
Yeah.
And that's also with Ellen last year, and I think that the Oscars is a very great
Neil Patrick Harris this
year. Exactly.
I didn't even think. But I actually didn't. So is he homosexual, Graham? Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure, but I think someone said it.
Yeah.
So I'm 90% sure.
Okay.
But I think that it's good when they pick a subject and they speak about that, because you get tired.
That was perfect, because it sounded like he didn't win because of that. He won because it was the best script.
Yeah.
And then he used that moment to say something. I had felt the same way about J.K. Simmons won for Best Supporting Actor, and he was just like, call your mom, call your dad, tell them that you love them. Yeah. Don't send them a text, don't whatever,
no,
call them. Yeah.
That was
and
nice.
I think that was, doing stuff like that is something you remember. I mean, of course, it's okay you thank other people, but just thank you God, thank you my agent, whatever. Like it gets boring, and this is your chance to actually say something like that.
Yeah.
Not that everyone needs to do that, and not everyone has a thing like that. But if people
you get very tired of hearing all the sponsors' name all over again and again and again.
Yeah.
So I think that it's nice that somebody got something different on the heart.
If they have it, it's great that they use it for that. Yeah, for sure. All right. Any more in the Oscars?
Maybe maybe we should talk about Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah,
what was she doing in the Oscars?
Yeah, one of the other things we talked about in the train was how foreign language film winner, he got sort of cut off, and a couple other people were close to getting cut off, and they start playing the music. And because there's no time, and it's like a 3-hour show, but then you spend 5 minutes on Lady Gaga singing. Was it The Sound of Music?
Yeah, The Sound of Music.
Was it that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was so close to say Singing in the Rain, but, but The Sound of Music.
One of those musicals.
Yeah. So I think that she did a great job. She sang very well.
Yeah.
But I don't know why should you choose Lady Gaga?
Because I don't know. There was a lot of talk about as well if she was lip syncing or not. But apparently, as far as I know, that you don't do that at the Oscars. You sing, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And in that way, I was, and it seemed a lot of people as well were very surprised
I
how
was
good
impressed.
she was at singing. I was like,
yeah.
But it just feels weird that you have this, and as I said before, it's not like the Oscars are like this is the best films and that's the fact or whatever. But it is a place where they award the best films of the year, and then you spend time on some chick singing an old song for a film that had 50 years. But
50,
why they don't do that with old films?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, but also it wasn't like they do that every year where they say, oh, the films that have 50-year anniversary, we celebrate those. Yeah. It just, and then you have people who win for all kinds of other stuff, like the Techno Awards is another day, and other people get played off.
But I can totally understand that you'd use some time on the people who passed away.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
I
great.
thought that it was a very good moment.
But there they don't
in the
even have
Oscars.
all, you know.
No, they don't.
It's like
No,
where
they don't.
I didn't feel anybody was really left out. I think like that was the people I knew. There was some talk about the comedian. What's her name?
Robin Williams.
No, he was on there.
Yeah, he was on there.
But there's a female comedian who died, who I don't remember. But and there was a lot of. I think it's more in the U.S. where she was sort of doing the red carpet a lot, and But I was like, she wasn't. She had a couple minor parts, but she wasn't an actress. I was like, I feel like she shouldn't be there. Then you have some more unknown like people who just aren't, Oscar known, who aren't mentioned, and then you have some comedian, and it's hard to discuss this because like people died. So
exactly. But I thought that Robin Williams would have taken a lot more time than he did.
Yeah, but I think they try to give the same time to everyone, so they don't have to start like saying, "Oh, you get 5 seconds, you get 4," and.
But I thought that they were maybe gonna mention his name on the stage or something, but unfortunately,
I think there. it's on purpose that they don't start doing that because it's hard to. Now I don't remember the other people. There's a lot of famous people who die every year. Where it's like, whoa.
And they shouldn't mention them all in 5 seconds each, and it wouldn't work. So I maybe it's great that they just had this small video going on with.
And there's more people on the website apparently because that was one of the things they said about the comedian I don't remember the name of now. That she was on the website. They have more room there, of course. All right, let's move on to the next. We have sort of the news here. Probably be longer in the future. We'll see. I'm sure we'll ramble on, but we haven't found a lot. One of the things that hit this week, I think, is this is sort of a reaction thing that's come out today, but it might have been the end of last week. But a video hit the internet, which is a Power Rangers fan film. It's like 15 minutes. It's made by a guy, let me look him up, called Joseph Karn, I think.
Joseph Karn?
He is mostly known for music videos and commercials.
Yeah.
But has made 2 feature films. I've seen one, it's called Torque, motorcycle film, which is terrible. But he's done a lot of music videos and commercials. He's done like for Britney Spears and U2, Enrique Iglesias, Backstreet Boys, Eminem, Taylor Swift,
the big guys.
Yeah, he's great visually. But he made a Power Rangers film, a short film, and it was pulled. But you can see a little place. I don't know if it's back on like official because I don't think he has the rights. It's basically a fan film.
Yeah.
Very dark. It sounds like it really blew up on the internet, and you haven't seen.
I haven't watched it at all. No.
I'd be interested to see your reaction to it. I thought it was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Were you a Power Rangers fan?
I was a little bit, but that's not
Power Rangers.
But and you know what? When I was 10 or something, for Fastelavn, which is our Halloween, I was the Power Ranger.
You were the Power Ranger?
Yes.
My best friend was in the kindergarten. He was a Power Ranger, the Black Power Ranger.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. I was the red one, but it's like, of course the red one was selling out faster, and then he could be like the yellow one.
That's right. The red one was never there, and I never watched somebody on the screen in either the black or the yellow costume. I think. Is there a green?
There's a green. Yeah, but that was later. There were 5, and then there was a green, and
But the black and the red Power Ranger.
The green and the white were the extra ones that were more popular later. Yeah. So I'm not a huge. I watched it when I was a kid. This is way darker, and it does some. I think visually there's some cool stuff, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
But he was part of writing the script as well.
Okay.
And that is terrible. There's like. It's just not a good script, and that's whatever. But I don't know if it'll be made into a Power Rangers film. But I just think it's sad that you can't get a proper script. It must have cost a lot of money, and a lot of it is really well done. I'm sure it looks more expensive than it actually is.
Yeah.
The leads are James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek, and a chick Katie Sackhoff, who is best known for one of the sci-fi TV shows that I don't watch either because I don't watch TV.